first we gotta just like appreciate the fact that you bought a property for $115,000. Because I'm in Southern California. That might get you like I don't even think you can get a garage in California for $115,000 right now. So you said that you use a DSCR loan at an 8.5% interest rate. What exactly is a DSCR loan, and why did you choose to go that route?
Yeah, so DSCR loan, it stands for debt service coverage ratio loan. It's essentially a loan where they don't check your tax returns. Like there's a bunch of other things to it, but it's a type of loan where if you don't have the best record to show the bank, then I think a DSCR loan is great. So for me, like I recently dropped out of college from this property. So if I went to the bank and said, "Hey, I have been running this co-hosting business for a couple months. Do you wanna give me a mortgage?" They would have probably laughed at me. So DSCR loan, they don't check that. They check your credit score, and then the property itself to make sure that that'll cash flow, but they don't necessarily check as much about you as the borrower.
And there's different types of DSCR loan products, Bailey. For the one that you used, when they were projecting the income for the property, were they looking at it from a long-term rental perspective, or were they looking at it from a short-term rental perspective? And just to preface that before you answer, the reason why that's important is because you get some lenders who will give you the DSCR loan product, but they'll only take in the long-term rental income, which depending on the property could be a fraction of what that property will actually do as a short term. So then it limits your ability to get approved there. So for you, were they looking at it from a short term or a long term perspective?
So they were looking at it from a long-term perspective. So they just said, okay, does this make sense as a long-term rental? Yeah. And when they came back with what a long-term rental would actually rent for, they actually came back with their number like lower than what it should have been. So I was like, hold on. So I had my realtor pull the comps, sent it over and said, guys, you guys are about $200 to $300 off here. I can rent it for X amount all day long. And then they were able to move it along.
Where did you find this lender?
Google. Like literally I went on Google. I just started calling people. Like I first looked up like different loans to get if you don't have any tax returns and this and that. Cause at first I called lenders who were like, do you have 3 years tax returns and a W-2 job and this and this? And I'm like, no. And then they were like, do you have anyone who can co-sign for you? And I'm like, no. So then I got a bunch of no's from that. And then I started just honestly doing research on Google, like how to get a loan if you are XYZ. And then I saw this DSCR thing. So then I looked up DSCR lenders, and then I went through that list and called a bunch of those lenders as well. Half of them don't answer their phone. The other half, 90% told me I couldn't do it for whatever reason, but finally narrowed it down to someone who said, yeah, we can do it. It's going to be at an 8.5% interest rate, but we can do it for you.